Get out the way, who got a watch, who got the time, I'm raising the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams, want big rocks. I got plans, you got talk. Heard it's real cheap, but it's really gon' cost. I'm tryna get these ends, building empires with my friends. I'm about handling my business, no time for stress over bullshit. You think success is an option? I'm tryna get this shit poppin' like woo. Big moves, my rules. Y'all heavy on the tweeting, I'll disappear a whole season like woo. Who said they looking for me? I'ma make you wait for it. Spend a few racks on a shopping spree. Yeah, I'ma make you pay for it. Tell them give it to me when I want it, please. Wait till I leg for it. Countdown for me. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ain't that I'ma make you wait for it. On my time.
What's going down, YouTube? What's going down? Welcome to the Blacksmith. Give me a quick second. How's everyone doing out there? How's everyone feeling? Right? Give me a quick second. I remember rest in peace to the Godfather, right? I remember back in the day, right? It's 2023. What was it, 2019? 2020? Just before COVID? Can anyone put in the comments section if you know about Kevin Samuels? So rest in peace to the Godfather. When did it come out? I mean, it came out years ago. I'm talking about like when did he really hit? He was doing his videos because I remember he used to come on and just reminisce. And I watched a few of his stuff, not all of it, because he had like 3 or 4 hour podcasts, which I do not know how he did that. But he did talk about men's issues. He would come on and talk about perfume, or he'll talk to men and definitely let them know, like, hey, like, get your life together, get it together, right? You know, get things moving, right? Come on, you know, get your head out of your ass, right? And he would talk to men responsibly. But while doing that, he would always be messing with stuff, right? And like, hey, we got to build it while you fly it. So that's what's going on. But how's everyone doing? Look. So welcome to the Blacksmith. What are we here today? Well, we're here because there's so many issues and never enough time to talk about it. And we're talking about men's issues. Hey, give me a second. Definitely so. There you go. Even early in the morning, right? There's things going on. So where I'm going with this, well, the thing is that in today's time, right? Um, you surprised to get a phone call this time of night. Hold on. All right, so sorry about that. It's crazy. It is right now 9 minutes after 6, and the world is like waking up. It's like the world is saying, "Hey, we know you're online. We're gonna interrupt." It's crazy. So, do apologize about that. So, this is where we at. So, where we going? The it's the whole thing with men and women. We could talk about this for hours, right? What's going on with women today? What's going on with men today? Well, I got before I get to the women, I definitely got to talk to the men, right? Because the truth of the matter is, the way I look at it is, you have different podcasts that are out, and they're giving a message. You have podcasts who definitely don't talk about anything in male spaces, but they tend to like kind of get into it. What I mean by this is an example. So you have a lot of different men's channels from AMS, um, I don't know, Roll Tomasi, Rational Male. Is There's a new podcast that's out that I really enjoy. Moa podcast. I like his podcast. I like it's a lot of scientific things that he talks in that podcast. It's a beautiful thing. And of course, Fresh and Fit. They're a little bit rambunctious. I like the fact that on a Fresh and Fit show, a lot of people might not like them, right? And you might not like what they do. But on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they have like how to make money. On Wednesdays, they talk about dating. And for a lot of guys, how to make things a little bit more less difficult. And on Fridays, they I guess you talk with the ladies, right? They let the ladies give their input, from your average young lady working at Starbucks or a teacher to a woman who might be a career woman, a doctor, lawyer, or a woman that's doing something in the world where it's like a little more flamboyant, right? OnlyFans and stuff like that, right? And they get ridiculed for, I guess, the women getting triggered. And the way I look at it is like this: you have feminism, right? The rights of women coming alive, from voting to the right to to work, to wear the clothes they want to wear, to wear the less clothes they want to wear, right? Um, Not to be told what to do with their bodies. And then you have the movement in today's time, right? And I talked about this in one of my videos. You can probably go to one of my YouTube shorts, where I talked about how the Oprah show and different talk shows, they empower women. It was a place where women can come and get direction, empowerment on, men need to do this, men need to do that, women stand up, don't take it anymore, don't even have sex with him unless he do the dishes or comply. And you had these things going on, and it was crazy, right? But so like I said, back to the men, if we don't like how things are going on in today's time, right? If we're not like really want to follow suit and say, hey, I have a grandfather who they dated, and I like that dynamic. What happened to those old days, right? For the people who got parents who are still married, and I'm not talking about your average marriage where they've been together for 30 or 30, like 35, 40 years, but the dad is quiet. The mom kind of tells him to shut up, bring me the check. If you got one of those families dynamics, but they made it 45 years, good for you. You can keep that, right? Because that breeds nothing but women who can tell that their mom don't want to be in a relationship. She was just in it, and that the daughter wants something different than what the mom had, which is, I want to get educated. Sorry, mom. Dad might have been a check, a walking wallet, but you don't see the love and respect there. Yeah, they love him, but he's treated like a pet with a wallet. And that is what I want to get into today. How many women in today's time can love, honor, and respect a man? And for men, what do you have to do, men, right? All of us in general, not just me or you, but all of us. Let's be honest. What do you have to do to be kind of a man that a woman respects? Now, me personally, this is a deep topic, right? It's a lot of moving parts. But me personally, there's a few things, from communication, right? Your ability to communicate, able to listen, able to take in information, see the other side, and then you also be able to give information. And hopefully, the way it's received, right? You can have that dialogue. And communication is key with men. From working out, getting a job, doing things in your life, you want to be the kind of man that's like getting things done. Do you have to be perfect? No. But do you have to have a plan? Yes. In action? Yes. No, actionable intelligence, right? You want to have a plan laid out, a list of objectives, 1 through 10, or keep it simple, ABC or 1, 2, 3. It could be something as simple as like as a man being better, going to bed on time, waking up early, working out. And after working out, waking up early, you make your bed, eat a well-balanced breakfast. Then you execute your plan. You execute what you're going to do in a day, and you get things done. Now, this might sound simple, but trust me, in today's time, it is not that simple, right? Because we're doing everything backwards. A lot of us put the carriage before the horse, okay? And in today's time, we have to start with us men. We have to start with ourselves, bottom line. And, you know, us men also, we got to do the one thing that women had for the last 30, 50 years. And what's the one thing that women had that we didn't have? They had that unity. Yeah, they might have competed against one another to get the best men, right? Competition, right? There's no girly girls. A lot of women always say one thing: I don't have a lot of girlfriends. I don't hang around girls because girls backstab. The question I need you men to always think and always let them know. Well, hold on. If you're not friends with a lot of women, why do you expect me to be friends with women? If women are backstabbing you, what you gonna do to me when a better opportunity comes up, or you want to be opportunist? I want you to really think that. Now, is this for all women? No. Is this for most? Goddamn right. And when I mean most, that goes for all people, men and women. Pareto principle, right? 80-20 rule. Look, whatever you want to call it. But besides all that, that's just something for you to remember. So the basic things for men, we got to get to the basics. We got to get to the fundamentals. Like if you watch the NBA and you remember Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental, men, that's what we got to get into, right? So I am going to share a few things with you. I'm actually going to share a podcast. They get into this intersexual male dynamics. And also, before we do that, let me address this. There's a lot of men online who look at this type of content. And I'm talking to the men, right? There's a thing we used to call back in the day. Call me old if you want to. It's cool. Call me grandpa. It's fine. Dirty macking. Have you guys ever heard of that? What's dirty macking? Other men hating on other men, right? Let me put this out there, and I'm going to say this and put this to rest. For a lot of men who don't have an answer to a problem, any positive answers to solutions needed, do everyone a favor. Keep your fucking mouth shut. You're the problem. Let me go into the reason why I say this. You can choose sides, Republican, Democrat, liberal, right? Maybe you're in the middle. You can choose a side. Doesn't matter if you're a Crip or Blood. Hopefully I got that right? Doesn't matter if you in Chicago, Chi-Town all day. It doesn't matter if you folks or Vice Lords. Doesn't matter if you're Chicago Bears or Green Bay Packers. People always gonna choose sides. Human beings are tribal. That's what I'm trying to get to. But here's the problem. If you're not a well-balanced mental adult, and I'm talking to the men, I'm not saying you can't have emotions. Men and women are logical, and men and women are also emotional in different areas of who they are. Bottom line. So when I'm dealing with men, right, who's like, hey, I don't like that red pill BS, or I don't like this, I don't like that. Let's get to understand that me personally, I don't like using the term. Okay, it sounds fucking weird to be honest with you, but it is what it is, right? I'm just being honest with you. They call it red pill. What's red pill? A theory on how things are in life compared to the reality, how things is ran. The ideal of what we think comparable to what the reals. We grew up, hey, love, protect, whatever with women. Women are sugar and spice and everything nice. They can never do no wrong. This shit don't stink. I'm guessing you guys can add to more of what I'm trying to say. But then when you grow up and you talking to a young lady, you're being her friend, you taking her out, you take her out to number two, you take her out to number three, you give her all the hours, you give her all the time. When she cries, she's on your shoulder, boo hoo, and you're like, I'm a nice friend and I like her and I care about her. Then all of a sudden, this other dude pops up, spends no time. She never cried on his shoulder. He ain't spent a dime on her. He haven't did no actions to show he cared. And within 24 hours, the most, right? If you want to call it respectful, the most is within 2 or 3 days. She sleeps with him intimately and she loves it. And she takes out her money and spends it on him. And she serves him. You wonder why as a man. That's what changes your life, right? You dated her. No, you think you know everything about her. You don't know shit. You know surface level what she wants you to know. Yeah, you know little things about her, her family, her little sister, her dog, yada yada, right? But I'm talking about the one thing how a woman shows when she says she's love you. I'll give you this bit of advice, man. And you guys already know this, but if you don't, well, here we go. Let's talk about it. You want to know if a woman loves you? She spends the money on you. That's number two. You know what's number one? A woman loves you and she's intimate with you. Now, does that always mean all the time? No. To a woman that's not balanced up here, to a woman who uses sex other than connection, right? Oh my God, you're judging. How dare you? Hey, fuck off, okay? Look, look, mentally balanced. Now, if I said, hey, a man's mentally balanced if he morally works for money, open up a business, and then he uses consciousness and he uses his moral values and code not to use other people while making money, not to step on somebody and destroy families for money, right? You'll go, yeah, I think that's a pretty sound, logical man when it comes to a man making money. Because remember, you on my channel right here, we're dealing with duality, and I'm always going to talk about duality, yin and yang. What's the number one? What's the number two things in this world? One and two that people around the world care about the most, absolutely the most: sex and money. You can't live without. Sex finds a way to get money, and money always try to find a way to get sex. That's the bottom line. There's no way around it. Even if you want to disagree, I don't care about your words. I watch your actions. And your actions will expose you. It expose you that you're just disagreeing with me because you're triggering. And while being triggered, I watch your actions and it will expose you to like, yeah, well, your actions agree with me more than what your mouth is saying. You just mad because I know the knowledge and I'm saying it and other people are listening and waking up, getting unplugged, they're waking up. I don't like that term too, that matrix term, red pill, all that stuff. It was always weird to me, but in a sci-fi kind of way, a little bit interesting, right? So those dynamics you have to remember, right? So as a man and you're growing up, and I definitely digressed big time. I just kind of went on a tangent, but please excuse me because I think I only did like maybe 4 live videos before 5 tried. So I just did videos, and this is kind of a live video that you're with me, I'm with you, we're talking. Or if you're not here and you catch the recording, I appreciate it. So that whole dynamic, but I'm going to get into it. We're going to put out the video. We're going to get into this and listen to what the guys say. So let's do it like this. Yep. Like Kevin Samuels always say, build it while we fly it, right? He used to always say that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right. Boom. Let's do it like that. All right. And get rid of this. And bingo, ladies and gentlemen. We have the cream of the crop. All right, so this is that one show I was talking about, podcasts, more podcasts, and dating advice from modern women. Is it the worst? Is dating advice from women bad? Right? Men and women both need dating advice. Is it bad? Let's see what the guys say. We'll chime on in. Let's get to it.
We're supposed to wait while you go have your wild 20s, and then when you're ready to settle down, then you'll give beta males a chance.
Right.
Man, fuck that. Fuck that with every fiber of my being.
Is this another one of your friends, the Sandberg lady?
Negative. Sheryl Sandberg was the CFO of Facebook.
Really?
Read the quote.
Is she a whore or what's happening?
She's an alpha female, though, right?
Okay, she looks very alpha.
Is she single?
She's a billionaire. Let's just read it.
I think something happened in her love life.
Oh.
When looking for a... these are the wise words of Sheryl Sandberg, y'all. Okay. When looking for a life partner, my advice to women is date all of them. The bad boys, the cool boys, the commitment-phobic boys, the crazy boys, but do not marry them. The things that make the bad boys sexy do not make them good husbands. When it comes time to settle down, find someone who wants an equal partner, someone who thinks women should be smart, opinionated, and ambitious, someone who values fairness and expects, or even better, wants to do his share in the home. These men exist, and trust me, over time, nothing is sexier.
Over time.
Okay.
Ladies, what do you
Sheryl
think?
Like the
Sandberg.
quote.
You can call me brown, dirty words all you want. You can make fun of the Dallas Cowboys and the Texas Longhorns. You can make fun of anything you want. I will never be offended. This quote offended me.
Really?
The quote actually offended me. I'm supposed to wait? Mother, I'm supposed to wait while you Chad Thundercock.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to wait
While you're on the
all the time in your 20s while you're going around on the merry-go-round. Now, I'm not saying I would wait. I'm saying as a man, I'm not speaking for Michael Sartain. As a man, I'm supposed to wait until you find me taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll find it sexy at some point.
Right.
Nothing will be sexier. Yes, because you can't.
Well, guys. So it's something to think about. And, don't be afraid. If you guys go in the comment down below, tell me what you think about the comment. Me personally, I look at it like this. I've been married twice. I can only go off my own anecdotal experience, but also over 100 different stories of other men and women. And about 7 out of 10, maybe close to 8 out of 10. A lot of men in relationships that were working and we're doing the best they can. They're not perfect. I'm not sure what's happening in their marriages behind closed doors. We're very unhappy men in their marriages, and their wives, I don't want to say didn't comply, but the women didn't look after them. And the women would say during this time, this is back like during the 90s, early 2000s. I remember because in 1996, I graduated high school. I was like 18. And they used to always say, well, women, tell your husband, even though he pays for 100% of the bills, you go on trips once every year or two, you take on a trip, family trip. He spends this, he spends that. Like, it's easy to do. The women will go, well, he expects me to have sex with him, but I'm tired. I'm not doing anything. I remember the Bill Burr. Do you guys remember Bill Burr? He had a comedy skit, and he was like, really? Like, at home, babysitting the kids, being a housewife is the hardest job in the world? Look, don't be mad at me, man. I just thought there was something to that. But I'm just saying, for a man to comply and hope, right? Look, I'm just giving my honest opinion, and we're going to get out of this because I don't want to hold you guys up. I think a man should help her run a house. I don't care if you do pay all the bills. Why not? Because truth of the matter is, right, men, truth of the matter is, you're going to pay the bills anyway. You got to take out your own garbage and do the dishes and cook for yourself anyway, right? Now, before you ladies go, yeah, I'm glad he said that. I believe that. Here's the thing. I don't owe a woman anything. A woman should never be entitled to nothing. Why have your child? You're going to have a child anyway, no matter what. If you couldn't find a husband, a woman's going to get pregnant anyway. Let that seep in. Men, you don't owe women shit. Women, you don't owe men shit. Fair enough? But when you get together with someone, women, how many other women outside of your sister, your best friend, or another woman you don't know, who's going to roommate with you and you don't bring nothing to the table? I'll wait. I'm listening. Zero. Women, you respect a total stranger as a roommate more than a man who offers himself as a financial slave to you to be your leader, protector, mentor, the guy with charisma to tell you jokes, spend time with you, take you out, date you. You treat him worse than a stranger woman you move in with as a roommate. Oh, I would never do that. Stop it. Now, men, because, duality, right? Men, you got to treat the woman you with better. You can't treat a stranger woman or your guy friends with more respect and thoughtfulness to contribute to the team, right? But at the same time, as a man, we're not going around paying for other men's monthly expenses and other women's monthly expenses, or even getting beat up for your woman, right? Got to protect and provide for her, right? Take the opportunity to try to protect her. As men, we're not doing that. Bottom line. So yeah, let's continue. Let's check this out. Let's finish this up. See what the guys say.
Nothing at that point.
Let me explain something. I'm going to explain something. Now, obviously, one of my good friends is a marriage and family therapist, but I have a hard time with marriage therapy, and I'm going to tell you why. Hey, John, if you take out the trash more, Sally, will you want to give him a blow? Will you want to give John a job more?
Right.
If you take out the trash more? No, because you cannot legislate a desire.
That's negotiation.
And I'm supposed to sit here and wait, bruh. Seriously, that. You guys, ladies, you don't understand, because there is this weird evolution. Look, 78% of murders are men killing other men over women, right? Evolution. The Murderer Next Door by Dr. David Buss. When you realize that the feeling that you get for jealousy is like this feeling of betrayal, and we get it too. If we were to get cheated on, we get that feeling too.
Yeah.
The difference for us though is there's this 1,100 free tests, anger, where people commit murder over these things. Shout out to O.J. Simpson if you're watching, right? So there's one of these.
He's watching. Hi, O.J.
I'm sure he is, O.J. for sure. But the thing is, when you see that,
a jing.
He's O.J.'s not watching us a jing right now. But that's the thing that happens. You guys don't understand this idea that we're supposed to wait while you go have your wild 20s, and then when you're ready to settle down, then you'll give beta males a chance.
Right.
Man, fuck that. That with every fiber of my being, bro.
Right.
That is to me that quote is just so offensive.
It's an example of what I called open hypergamy, meaning that it used to be in women's best interests to keep it secret, to say, I really like to fuck the hot guy in the foam cannon party, but I still want to get with the guy who's it's cads versus dads. It's like the hot, fun guy, and then but you can't have the guys who are husband material, boyfriend material, long-term security material, know about the plan, know about the strategy, and that worked just fine up until the internet, right? Up until social media. And we're at a point, when I wrote that post called Open Hypergamy, it was back in, I think, 2013 or 2014, and I used that quote as an example of this. And so what it is women become more and more open with the fact that, yeah, I'm looking for a hot guy right now while I'm 23, but don't worry, when I get to 29, 30, 31 years old, I'm going to stick the landing. I'm going to find the right guy. I'm going to be able to check out of the sexual marketplace. I'm going to get married. I'm going to get the guy before the lights go on at the club, because I'm not getting any younger, and now it's, my biological clock is ticking. Just happens to be at 29 to 31 years old, somewhere in there. And that what I'm just telling you right now, that's the plot for sitcoms right now. That's a plot for commercials on TV right now. And we're supposed to go, oh yes, oh great, and that's why you get offended at this, because you're like, we're hyper aware of this now.
I cannot express.
Look, and remember I just said earlier, during the 80s and 90s, Sarah Jessica Raphael, Montel Williams show, Phil Donahue, Oprah show, this is before the internet, right? Now the internet definitely kicked off in the 90s, but we wasn't really using it huge. Dating apps really came out in 1996, I think through Google. I gotta look it up. But I remember looking up a certain dating app company, and it came out in 1996. Might have been Tinder, you never know. But check this out. Social media, bottom line, women don't have to just meet men at church, college campus, walking down the street because, you're bored, and the men doing construction on a construction yard are there, and you got to go to the store and get milk anyway, right? And then go, hey, you look pretty, you look cute, you look sexy, and a girl, oh, thank you. No more of that. Now a woman can go online and get validation. And even better, you don't have to just watch the Oprah show. No, you can interact with other women on TikTok, different social media outlets, and women can literally talk to each other, type in there, leave a comment, right? And you can be in this echo chamber and be like, yes, I've been through this. You've been through that. I've been through this. You've been through that. I've been through this. Men ain't shit. Right? And that's happening, right? But also what people didn't expect is, for the very, very first time, men are competitive against each other. Men are very cutthroat. We don't care if the next guy's not getting laid. We don't really care. Not all men, most men. There are some men who are like, hey, I got a girl. Hey, she got a sister or friend. You want to meet her, bro? That happens. It used to happen a lot back in the day. That's why you hear of the stories of threesomes and things happening. Why? Guys were hooking up other dudes. But in a competitive time, in today's time where men are having a hard time even getting sex, those things really happen. And now people will go, that's not true. I know that happening. I'm not taking 10 men and it's all happening to all 10 men, ladies and fellas. No. No midget, no man that's 5'5", weighing 350 fucking pounds is making things happen sexually with the prettiest girls whenever he wants to at a snap of a dime. Stop the lies. That's the problem with men and women who might disagree with what I'm saying or this type of content. Women will go, oh, there are more men getting sex than women. Men cheat more than women. No, that's not true. Let me tell you how. It doesn't matter if you're a model or you are a very pretty 4 or 5 girl. You're like average. You're a 4 or 5, you're pretty. Please do your hair, brush your teeth, put on something cute. You'll be a 5.5 or 6 or 7 maybe. But not for men, right? Like, for a woman, she can literally lose weight. It's in her power to look pretty. But for a man, she'll like, no, if you're not 6'1", if you're not 6'3", I don't want to date you. I can't control that. If your dick excuse my language, if your D ain't the right size, I don't want you. I'm sorry, ladies, but man can't go down to pick a dick. You get the dick you get, okay? You can't go down to the store and go get a new dick. You can't go to the store and get taller. Of course, there's new surgery now, but come on, that's for people who want to sit here and type in there, you can get surgery to get taller. Yeah, what risk of being in a wheelchair later in life? Come on, man, stop it. You're arguing just to argue. Look, I'm hitting these points right now so that way you won't be talking shit later. Look, bottom line, right? Bottom line, men and women dating strategies and how we get together is totally warped, right? It's just not easy for men to get a date or get sex as it is for women, right? Women only see the best men. If I take 10 men, right, Out of those 10, 2 of them might be the type of guy you're attracted to. He's assertive to a degree, dominant to a degree. He's charming. He's charismatic. He's not socially awkward. He's not going to you, hey, Julie, hey, Mary, I just want to say you're nice and your hair smells good, and you're looking at him like, oh, what the fuck? Get away from me, right? Like, okay, like you don't want to be mean to him, right? And fellas, you know this. You've seen women do this. She probably did to your weird ass, right? She probably did to your weird ass. But he was sitting there like, you smell nice, Kim, and she's like, thank you. Versus the other dude walking up, hey, ladies, how you doing? Yada yada. You know what your ladies into? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to buy me a drink. Would you like one? Let's do it. Of course, don't be buying women drinks just up to a random. But the conversation is different. About 5, maybe 6 out of 10 guys do not know how to have a conversation with a woman. Know how to dress right. Know how to put on some smell good. That's what we used to call it in the military, smell good. But cologne. Do their hair. Right? The simple things. And then you actually have attractive men. Right? You have attractive men who are tall, 5'11", 6'1", right? Pretty boys who got a decent job. They're not rich, but they have a pretty good job. But you'll be surprised how many of them don't know how to approach women. I'm telling you, women, I'm talking about these handsome dudes who have no game. That's out there. And those guys got to be like, the only way they get anything in life is not from like the shy, nice, cute girl that'll say hello to them. It's that masculine chick who no offense, who sat on about 50 dicks, okay? She did, and it's that woman that's like very promiscuous. She's the life of the party. She's an extrovert. She's a party girl. She does the walk of shame at 3 or 5 in the morning. Oh my God, I want to type into YouTube. We need to go ahead and ban him right away, right? Look, man, I'm just being real, man. So with that being said, men and women are not the same. We don't get the same attention. Let's see what else they got to say. Let's check it out. Let's do this. That's why we're here, right?
As to you, the feeling that a man would have, like, my situation right now. There's a person that I used to date, and her husband acts incredibly inappropriate because my relationship with her, I do anything I want, and then his relationship is very different, and that's probably why he's acting out. Bilzerian has talked about having girls that he dated, then afterwards those girls would date other guys, and those guys had to go to therapy. Why? Because what does the girl say to her new boyfriend? I won't have a threesome with you, you're my husband. But you fucked Bilzerian and 9 other girls at the same time in that hot tub at that Halloween party, and there's a picture of it on his Instagram. Do you understand? That's what I understand. You guys understand, like, maybe empathize with me as a little discomfort. I can never describe this feeling to you. Never describe this. Like, there is literally, it is the basis of all evolutionary psychology.
I can describe it for you.
Yeah, this incredible, because I'm just telling you, well, the reason why I can't describe it is because my testosterone may be 800, 900, and yours is like less than 100. That this feeling, like, where it comes from, this feeling of like, jealousy is not human immaturity. Jealousy is an evolutionary adaptation. Okay, that's where it comes from. And that, so what, you could be as secure as you want, but this idea of like, and by the way, I'm saying this and this is not happening to me. I'm still angry. I'm angry for men when I hear this comment. For men. I'm angry in general.
Why is he choosing her? He fucking chose her. Because
she's probably the hottest girl. This is another thing. None of you have this problem. You're not trying to settle down with the hottest guy you've ever seen in your life. Men, the hottest girl they've ever seen in their life, 9 times out of 10, wifed up.
Questionable.
No matter, huh?
Questionable.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
The hottest, really? Because I've seen it. Well, let's just say outside of what you're talking about is maybe outside of one standard deviation.
It's probably the rule.
The 2 standard deviations, I would say most likely they will. Again, one more time with the quote. The quote was, in the beginning, Mary talked to them all, even the bad boys. Bad boys. Mary talked to the bad boys. Later on, date the guy who's an egalitarian who wants to do his share of work in the home, because over time,
nothing is sexier.
Over time, he will become sexually attractive to you. Do you understand? That's the quote.
She wants us to get divorced.
Right? What do you guys think about this quote?
Is she a lesbian?
What do you guys think?
I believe it. I mean, because you saw who I dated.
Yeah. Yeah, but he
did all the things.
Okay, but are you with him now?
No.
That's my point. The point was that he will become sexier later on.
But he wouldn't have lasted that long if he wasn't doing all the things.
Be more specific. I
Yeah,
don't
what-
understand
Like
your pronouns.
he cooked for me, like he cleaned, he did things that, like he'd bring me coffee in bed. So he did the things that you were like, get the fuck out of the kitchen.
Did that make you
made more
sexually
money?
desirous?
Yeah.
Were you sexually desirous of him because he did these things?
Kind of. I wanted to do more for him because I felt catered to.
Okay.
So I wanted to give him more.
But was he making more money than you?
No.
See, he was compensating for that elsewhere.
I made more money
And
than
a
him.
feminine,
Told
and
ya.
a feminine, more of a
Yeah,
feminine
I've
role,
had that.
perhaps, yeah.
I mean, at least he's doing something, you know?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Embry, what do you think about this comment?
I recognize the acts of kindness, but they do not make me sexually attracted to somebody. I'm kind of
Yeah.
I stand somewhere close with where CJ is on it. I want to be with a masculine man that makes me want to take on my more feminine role.
Yes.
That feels very natural, but you have to actually be that masculine man, provider, protector, like person. And I am so happy to be serving a man, but like cleaning, upkeeping. I actually do like doing that stuff, but it has to be the right man for me to want to do that. If I am like
100%.
sharing all of these things, like you are not the masculine man to me, and I don't want to fall into this natural feminine state with someone.
Why do you think that women do this thing like conditional femininity? I can never say it, femininity.
Femininity.
Yeah, why do we do it conditionally?
What does that mean? Define that.
So men, we expect them to be masculine all the time, right? Women, we can't fall into a role. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But why is it that we can only do that in the presence of a man and not without? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's
Evolution.
conditional?
Yeah, the answer is evolution. But go ahead.
Well, it's conditional because you, again, it's at what point in life are you at, right? Has everybody here dated a bad boy? Are you attracted to bad boys? Why? Because they're exciting, right? Because it's fun.
Well, because
Let's
they're
go-
masculine.
Let's go rock. Let's go rock climbing.
Yeah.
It's like you wanted to get this quote anyways, but it's like women want to be with a guy that other men want to be, and other women want to.
Yes, absolutely.
The problem is the things that make him that are also the things that also make him like not a good candidate.
Triggering.
They make him cheat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he's also not those things that you were hot for him for when you were in your youth and he was exciting are also the same qualities that don't make him a good, loyal husband, a parentally invested protector, provider, provision or whatever. And so that's sort of the paradox right there. So it's like when I talk about like the alpha widow dynamic, like women who have a guy in their sexual past who is like the total alpha guy that they've been with, and they couldn't lock that guy down. Then they get with the guy who wants to do nice things for him, is compensating, is trying to do value added because he knows he's not ever going to be able to compete with the ghosts of alpha past, right? So there's this sort of like, I got to add value to this, and I got to find some way to sort of out alpha this guy, so that he's
Alpha male, other guy. A-Bog.
Yes. So again, when you get, as you just said a minute ago, CJ, is that like right now you're changing your priorities.
Yeah.
So were your
trade-off,
priorities different when you were 27 rather than 37?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm 27, I had all the time in the world and all the fresh eggs. Now they're dying. So I can't date on potential. He's got to have it. I've got to meet him at the finish line.
Do you still think about?
And that is where she's wrong at, meeting the guy at the finish line. Let me explain. I want to explain this the best way possible, and this is it. See, they say the quickest way to any destination is what? A straight line, right? Women, and this advice goes, men can hear this, and this advice goes to women. You might say, hey, I'm 28, 35, 40, my eggs are drying up. I can't mess with a guy that's not the right guy. I can't date just potential. You gotta have 80K or 100K right away. Let me share something with you. How long does it take to get an associate's degree or a bachelor's? 2 years for an associate, 4 years for a bachelor? Let me share something with you. If you execute the right plan, the same way you wake up in the morning, practice safety, at least pay your monthly rent every month so you won't be homeless. By the time 2 years go by, you'll still be living in your apartment and have your associates. Yay! Now it's time to go for that bachelor's. You do the same thing. You follow? Let me tell you a little secret, ladies. There's not enough men making 100,000 or 80K. You can look it up. The stats will show between not just men, but men and women, only 13% of people in America make above 75K. That's not the norm. So what do you do? Because not everyone can get this person. And if you want more than that, you're not going to be able to find that. What you do is you show some discipline. You be a Psalms 31 woman. Yeah, I went to the Bible. I went to the book. Be a Psalms 31 woman. Be a godly woman. A woman that's good with money. Discerning, patient, kind, generous, supportive. You be that kind of woman. If your man only makes 12 to 15 bucks an hour, you live in that 1-bedroom apartment. Oh, did I say that? He's providing. He might not be paying what you want, but he's providing. Keep it clean. Then you do structure. If he's paying all the bills, which are low-level bills, what are you doing? Do you work at least Starbucks? Are you at least have Burger King? Oh my God, how dare you say a woman should work at Burger King? Look, do you have some job, period? You're together in this, right? Because support don't mean like, baby, I support you and I'll support you with words and I'm here for you. I'm here. Yeah, you're here like a roommate that's like not paying rent. You're just here. I buy food you eat. I pay the bills, you live in it. You don't have to live in your parents' house anymore. Now you're living under a roof that, for God forbid, you're not homeless, but at the same time, you're not appreciative of it. But if you didn't live with him, you will live with some stranger female or some other roommate, right? And you respect them in that place you lived in. I said it. I'll say it again. So a man doesn't have to always make 100K or 80K right away. Now, you might not like what I'm saying, but follow me. There's a point where I'm getting to this. So let me hurry and get to the point. The point is that in time, by the time you get a associate's degree or a bachelor's degree, if you was able to support your man also financially, I mean, if you did help out around the house a little bit financially, a little bit, he helps out with some of the chores, like maybe cooking twice a week. He maybe do the dishes while you cook, right? He takes out the garbage every morning. And then on weekends, he does the bathroom like once a week or whatever. He's helping. He paid the majority of the bills and he's helping. 80-20. He does 80%, which is pretty much paying all the bills. Or he does 80% of the bills. You help out with the bills 20%. You do 80% of the work around the house. He helps out with 20% around work around the house. 80-20. It works. Number two, while ladies, you're making money, you put away about $300 every month. The same price you would pay for an expensive cable or Comcast bill. I'm in Chicago, so we have Comcast. For some people in Florida, I guess you have like Time Warner or something like that for your cable, internet, and TV. What's the average rate? It runs for $185 a month, maybe $250. Look, for mine, it's almost like $300. They're killing me because of the fast internet and everything else, but they're fucking robbing me. But that's besides the point. If you save $300 every month, we're gonna do the math. I don't want you to think I'm lying. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the math. Okay? So let's do the math, shall we? Let me see. No, I'm not a mathematician. Not a mathematician. $300 times 12 months. That's $3,600. So let's times this by 4 years. 300 times 12 times this by 4. All right, so you only have 14,000. Do you get to do it 5 years? 3,600 times 5. There you go. 18,000 in 5 years. Let's find a way to shorten it. Let's push this to 400 times 12 and times this by 4. There you go. Magic number 400. You have $19,200. What do you do with that? Plan C or stage 3. You take set money and you go pay 10 to 20% on an FHA loan. During these 4 years, you work on your credit as well, right? And that's a channel I'm gonna make another video, which I already did, right, about how to get your credit up. But during this time, I'll share something new. I'll update it. But you get your credit up and you go to get an FHA loan. You get your first home. You put a tenant in it. Even better, try to find like a 2-flat building. You live maybe in the basement, deck out the basement, fix the basement, and rent out the other 2. Or you rent out one and live in the other one yourself. I don't care how you do it, right? And you save the money. And 1 year, the most is 2. You refinance on the property, go get another. We have some compound interest, fellas. We cooking, pressure cooker style. In 1 year, refinance, go get another property. Now you have 2. In the military, we can get a voucher. I was in the United States Marines myself. We can get a home voucher, and you can live in it for about a year or 2. And after that, then I think it's a year. Then you can rent it out, right? Then you can take out the money and refinance and go get another property. You never want to pay a home off. You use it to get more property because what you want to do, you want to build up these commodities. You want to build up a stable of homes, right? And so by year 3, what do? You do the same thing. You pull out from the houses, use the homes as collateral. And now these 2 homes now become 4, compound. These 4 homes, another year or 2 later, these 4 homes now become 8. You see the simple math, right? And now you're building a portfolio, right? You're never trying to pay these houses off. They're bringing in rents. You refinance. Each house gets another house for you. 4 houses will get 8 houses. Or if you only want to handle 2 or 3, you build a portfolio. And you do the average math, or the average rents or average mortgage is what? I don't know, between $1,200 and maybe $1,600 a month. And after you pay all the expenses, what do you have? About $300 of passive income coming in. You get to about 20 homes times 300. You have a passive income of $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month. You get to 30 homes. Let's do that math. Let's say you have 30 homes times 300. You have 9,000, and then let's do 9,000 a month times 12. You have 108,000 a month passive income. This could be built within, depending on how bad you want it, 6 to 10 years, no more than 15 years. That means, ladies, if you don't want to date a guy who's 10 or 15 years older than you, who already got his shit in order, well, you can date a guy around your age. You're 19 or 20. He's 25. He pays the rent. You both go to school, or maybe you just go to school. You invest your money. After 4 years, you save $400 a month, because you're only probably bringing in yourself maybe $1,000 or more a month because you're working at Starbucks. So you save $400, and the other $500 or $600 or $700 a month that you have, I don't know, spend on your nails and your phone or whatever you want, or at least help out around the house. Be considerate, right? Like I said, support is not always just words only. Women, support is your money too. Not all of it, but if you love your man, support your man. Stop bullshitting. I disagree. Well, then you're a user. Okay? Like I said, this is duality. What is the main thing men and women want the most in life? What's the most important thing? Sex. Example, women are stingy with their sex. Women won't give their money away. But men on the opposite end, even if they have standards, men will give away their sex. And if they have standards, men will give away their money. We give. Women are takers. I'm not saying women are bad or evil. They're just, they're survivalists. And they have to be, right? We can't get mad at women for that. Stop judging them, So with that being said, hey, look, I'm not sure if this is successful. I'm not going to say it's the first day because I tried a live podcast before. It didn't work so well because no one knew me. You still don't know me. But, only got over 100 subscribers. Made over 100 videos. I put in the work. I learned a lot. Made a lot of mistakes. Even made a video talking about why I'm here. And you can definitely go check that out. You know, it's like this, and we're gonna cut this out right here. And it's like this. We're living in a day and time where men and women got to come together. You have women for women's rights, you have men for men's rights. They're all preaching like the same message. I do like self-improvement, working out, get your money, financially responsible, face your credit, travel, do your thing. But they're all preaching about being alone. That's not what the creator intended. And I'm not no one's pastor. I'm not your minister. I'm not sitting here telling you this what God should do. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. Well, I will say there's a higher power, there's a creator. Come on, man. We have this beautiful world which someone had to make, right? And the thing is that men and women are better together than apart. Relationships is a place where people come together to serve one another, to give. We live in a world where it's duality, yin and yang. Men and women, there's always going to be a different, never the same. We can try to do some things that are the same, but overall, how we feel and the effect is going to be different on how we perceive whatever we do the same. Men and women can run and we both can perceive the same thing. Men and women can lift up 200 pounds. Her perception of lifting up 200 pounds is going to be different than my perception. We're always going to be different, right? So men and women look at sex totally different and money totally different. A man feels honored to be a financial slave for a woman, to take care of his wife and kid, provide and protect. He feels honored. He never feels used. A rich billionaire woman will always feel used if her man is not making any money and making more than her. I said a billionaire woman, right? So for all you women out there talking about getting the bag, I don't need a man. Remember, I got something for you. I got something for you, ladies. I'm not sure if you're going to hate me for this or love this, but I got something for you. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. But this is for the men and women. For ladies, but definitely for the ladies. For the men, definitely. Men and women, we shouldn't be proud and we shouldn't boast arrogance. In Proverbs 11:2, it says, when pride comes, then pride disgrace. But with humility comes wisdom. Psalm 75:4, to the arrogant I say, boast no more. And to the wicked, do not lift up your horns and do not lift up your horns against heaven. Do not speak so defiantly with one from the east or to the west, or desert can exalt. You can definitely exalt yourself. And then also Proverbs 8:13. It says, fear the Lord is to hate evil. I need to do better with my handwriting. Pride and arrogancy and the way of evil and a forward mouth, he does hate. Look, I got to do better with my handwriting. I made myself look like an idiot. Look, bottom line, look, we can be judgmental to a point. Human beings are naturally like that, but we shouldn't be. It says, thou shalt not judge. We should not be prideful. What's it? Pride before the fall? Some advice like that. But look, arrogance. I'm a woman. I don't need no man. I'm a man. I make all the money. It's my rules. I make my own money. I got my own car. I got my own stuff. I don't need you. The arrogance, the pride, the boastfulness. Look, you might not believe in hell. You might not believe in God, but the devil does believe in you. All right? So at the end of the day is this. We got to do better. Personality. We got to do better as men and women. We got to come together. We need each other, right? This is why I made this channel. I don't think this is the most successful as far as my videos, but I don't know. Maybe I was a little bit nervous. I don't know. Who knows, right? I just kind of going off the whim and just sharing a few things, talking, and you guys can share too. Definitely in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the video, right? Give me your thoughts. And if you disagree, that's very interesting. Let me know what you disagree about so I can learn, right? And we can help each other. Men, we got to unite. We got to stop hating on each other, right? We got to stop. Because if we want a better nation, right? If we want the next generation of men, we can't assume they're going to catch on. We can't assume they're going to stop watching porn. We can't assume that they're going to have discipline. We got to reach back and grab them and help them. Yeah, they might not be a millionaire, a billionaire like some. They might not even be a neuroscience or a neural doctor or brain surgeon or a lawyer like you. What we can do is make responsible human beings, make better men. And when we do that, the women get better. When we're more disciplined, the women start to mirror who we are. You want to be a change, and if you want change in life, be the change you want. There's an old saying, charity starts at home. I have a lot of different sayings, right? I'm going to bore the heck out of you. But hey, definitely thank you for showing up here. Thank you for checking this out. We'll have more. Morning podcast might not be easy. Who knows? You might not even be watching it. But Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 a.m. I'll try to always be here at 6 a.m. Not sure if I'm going to do a morning for Fridays, but I definitely will start doing Friday at 3 p.m. So until next time, peace, guys, and we'll be out. Most definitely.